Coming of Age is coming up next. I'm your host, Emily Echeverria. Today, we're discussing diabetes awareness with dietitian and diabetes educator, Sarimin Rivera. Next up, we've got Lauren Clark from Gulf Winds Credit Union to give us some tips to prevent financial fraud and scams that target seniors. Lastly, we're speaking with DeDe Flounlacker, Executive Director with Manna, about how this organization is fighting hunger in the community and how you can help. Stay with us. Coming of Age starts right now. As we age, staying active in life and involved in the community can become a challenge. But with Council on Aging of West Florida's wide range of home-based services, you remain healthy, independent, and engaged. From Meals on Wheels and respite care to senior dining sites and the retreat, you'll find the support and connection that you need to age well. Aging looks different for everyone, and we're here to help you meet your needs and thrive while maintaining what makes you, you. We've been in the community since 1972, advocating for elders and supporting those who care for our parents and grandparents. Now, join us as we discuss the age-related issues that matter to you. The United States recognizes November as Diabetes Awareness Month. It's held in November to honor the November 14th birthday of Dr. Frederick Banting, who discovered insulin in 1921. It is a time every year to spread awareness about the very common chronic childhood condition. Here today to talk with us about the signs, symptoms, and treatment of diabetes is Sarimin Rivera, a dietitian and diabetes educator with Baptist Hospital. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me. It's great being here.
Excellent. So first, what is diabetes exactly?
That is a complicated question, but to keep it easy, diabetes means that blood sugar is staying high in our blood, and there are many reasons for it. But the main cause, it's a lack of insulin production by our pancreas, or insulin resistant, meaning that our body cannot move that glucose to the cell for energy, and because it stays in blood, a lot of things happen that are not good for health.
So how can someone be tested for diabetes?
That it's the first thing I'll say, it's visit your doctor, because when you go regularly to the doctor, you can get blood work done that it's needed based on your age or how long you haven't been in there. So get screened, blood sugar check. It's a simple blood work that has to be done and prescribed by a doctor or a nurse.
Okay. So how is diabetes treated?
Right, so part of the process of treating, it's diagnosing correctly, and because there are different types of diabetes, the treatment is going to be based on that. So we are lucky to have a lot of variety of medications these days, so a pill can take care of it, or insulin if needed, and there's also injectable medications. But that's the actual prescription. What people can do to involve themselves in self-care is the most important thing, because this is a chronic condition that is directly related to lifestyles.
What are some of the health problems that diabetes can cause if it isn't being managed?
Right. So the issue with it, it's not that living with diabetes is not a problem, it's being uncontrolled, being A1C higher than the target goal, which is usually over 7. The goal is 7, so anything over that can cause problems, and that could be from heart issues to circulation problems to the oral care, eye problems, kidney problems. So there's a lot of complications that people living with diabetes over time can suffer from.
And what exactly is the A1C, that number?
Yeah, so that's one of the blood tests that we look for. It measures how much of all glucose is living in blood. And the life, it's a 90-day life in the blood sample. So we want, the higher that number, it means the higher you've been living with a high blood sugar.
Okay. So what can someone do to prevent diabetes?
Yes, so one thing with diabetes is very related to genetics. So first of all, it's good to know what's going on in your family, and also go to your doctor to see what's going on with you. So more these days, because it's so prevalent, you can prevent, but you can also delay, because more likely it's going to happen if it's going to be very high in your family genetics, right? So lifestyle is what you can do, and that could be being more active. You know, we spend a lot of time sitting, so just by standing and moving around, that will be great. Also, look at your weight. If you know that it will be good to lose some weight, it doesn't have to be huge goals. You know, if you know you want to lose 50 pounds, start with 10. So set small goals that you can achieve. Also, try to live life happier. You know, smile more and work with the stress management you're living with, because most things increases your sugar in blood, and just exercising and insulin is what brings sugars down.
I like that. You had mentioned some of these, but what are some healthy behaviors that people can adopt to help them fight against diabetes?
Yeah, so being open with your doctor, discussing your family history, your current health status, also paying attention to how's your life, work balance, and relationships with people you live with. And the food you eat, definitely not only the quality, but the quantity and the variety of food groups in your plate, the portion sizes, very important. And sleeping, it's becoming huge for metabolism issues. So, you know, people are not sleeping enough and getting a lot of distractions these days with technology.
Sure. If someone has been diagnosed with diabetes, how can they manage it the best way?
So definitely not skipping the doctor visits. You know, it's really hard to find doctor visits these days, especially with the specialty doctors like endocrinology, cardiology, all those specialty visits. So it's skipping. We tell patients to avoid not going to the doctor, right? So go to the doctor and have a plan. Have a plan where you have a specific goal to work with, and keep it simple so it's something that can be achievable.
And can you tell me the types of diabetes that are out there that people can look out for?
Absolutely. So we have type 1, we have type 2, and gestational diabetes. Those are the top 3 diagnoses. Type 1 means that your pancreas, it's not producing enough insulin, and it's just by the immune system response. So you can't control that. And usually in the genetic, another person in your family may have another immune system issue, and maybe you are the lucky one that had the not enough production of insulin by your pancreas. Type 2 is something that is also genetic, but it's more related to less production of the insulin. So at some point during your life, you are going to exhibit those symptoms, but it depends on how you live life when that's going to happen. You can delay it, like we discussed earlier. And gestational diabetes, we're screening for higher sugar levels later in the pregnancy, so between 24 and 28 weeks of gestation. That time during the pregnancy, moms show more insulin resistance. So if sugar is staying high in blood, it has to be treated for the good of both mom and baby.
Mm-hmm. I remember taking that test.
Yes.
So definitely need to keep up with your blood work and your doctor's checkups, and live those healthy lifestyle factors that we always hear about.
Absolutely. It's possible to manage it, but you have to be your own advocate.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Next up, we're discussing financial literacy and fraud prevention for seniors. Stay with us.
If you're looking for a fun and exciting environment for your loved one, then L&L Executive Adult Daycare is a perfect fit. We offer social gatherings, physical activities, games, outings, and daily luncheons from Karen's Catering. We take a holistic approach to social stimulation and aim to enrich the lives of our guests. Let us help restore your loved one's mind, body, and soul. We'd love to speak to you. L&L Executive Adult Daycare. Big business love with small town feel.
Animal Allies has added another location for bingo. In addition to Scenic Hills Country Club, we'll also be bringing bingo downtown. Join us at the 5 Barrel Brewery at 121 South Palafox in Pensacola. Come down for some good beer, food, and fun. Stop by while walking your dog or just strolling down Palafox. $10 gets you 10 rounds of bingo. Winners split half the pot. The other half goes to Animal Allies. If you would like any additional information about our cause, please visit aaflorida.org.
The Beacon at Gulf Breeze offers the finest senior living community in the area. We are here for your loved ones who need assisted living and advanced memory care services. Seniors will feel right at home with studio, one-bedroom apartments, a large dining area, a beautiful landscape courtyard, and even a salon. With professional staff and one-on-one care, your loved ones are our top priority. Welcome to the Beacon at Gulf Breeze. Welcome home.
Financial scams targeting older adults are continually on the rise. Luckily, there are some good general tips to avoid becoming a victim and for spotting a scam before the fraudster can get access to your money. Gulfwinds Credit Union is committed to financial literacy and helping to spot scams that may be in progress among their members. We've got Lauren Clark from Gulfwinds here to give us the facts about fraud and scams that target seniors. Thank you for joining us today, Lauren.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So first of all, can you just tell us a little bit about Gulfwinds Credit Union?
Yeah, so we are a local credit union. We're in 75 counties across Florida, Alabama, Georgia. Been around for about almost 75 years now. We started in the Monsanto chemical plant with employees who just wanted things like, one of our first loans was someone borrowing $25 to get his daughter glasses. And so we started really small and we've grown a lot as a credit union, but we really still keep the same philosophy of people helping people and try to stay as connected to our members as we can.
Awesome. So we recently worked together on an article for Coming of Age magazine on preventing fraud against seniors and financial fraud. Can you give us kind of a brief overview of the types of scams that are common in these situations?
Yeah, one is a gift card scam. So gift card scams they take a whole lot of different looks, but one is somebody saying, hey, send me a gift card, and it's somebody that you might know, but their email just looks one digit off. Or I think we've actually been getting some from the same person that says, hey, I'm in an important meeting, send me a gift card urgently. And I had to text her and be like, is this you? It almost tricked me. But there's another one where maybe I get your bank account information and give you money and then say, ooh, I gave you too much money. Why don't you give it back to me in gift cards? And that's something that people get caught up in sometimes. There is the classic romance scam, which is your internet fiance you've never met that lives across the world is having some kind of issues and needs money, or they want to finally meet you, but they need money for the plane ticket, so you need to transfer them money urgently. That is a very popular one that unfortunately falls onto a lot of widows and widowers, that they're lonely, they meet with this person who messaged them on Facebook and just tries to get connected with them and acts like they like everything they like. So that's an unfortunate one. One of the more menacing ones, I personally think, is the grandparent scam. And that's when somebody calls you and says, hey grandma, it's me. Unfortunately, I'm in jail right now, or my car's broken down. Don't tell mom, don't tell dad, but I need money to get out of jail. I need money for the mechanic right now. Give me your credit card information, grandma. And these can get specific because you can find a lot of information online about people's names, their hobbies. They can get very specific as the grandchild and really trick them. And then there's also a big one is the sweepstakes scam, where you hear somebody saying, hey, you've won this sweepstakes, you've won this giveaway, we just need you to pay the taxes, the deposit up front. And that's a big one where if you haven't entered anything, you probably didn't actually win anything. Like, I would love to believe I won the cruise. I get calls about every time, but unfortunately, it's not real. I didn't submit for the cruise.
If it seems too good to be true, it's probably not true.
Exactly.
For sure. So for caregivers of an older adult, what are the signs they can look out for that their loved one may be the victim of a scam?
I would say just anything odd with their patterns in banking. So if you are a caregiver of somebody and you have a relationship with them, to kind of help them look at their statements, check for fraud, check for fraudulent charges or things that don't look quite right. Maybe see, are they wiring a lot of money? Are they suddenly taking out big withdrawals without explanation? Is there just any kind of giving monetary gifts to a new friend or a new fiance, or just something that just seems off? Normally, just as long as you have those conversations regularly, something that's a little off will pop up if it is happening, but just kind of facilitating those conversations is important.
Absolutely. What are some of the kind of general advice or tips to prevent that kind of financial fraud or scams?
I would say to never share your usernames, passcodes, all of those things. Don't give out secure access codes. Two-factor authentication is really important. So any of those websites that are like, hey, hook your phone up or your email up so that we can make sure it's you, so that when you log in, they send a code to your phone or email address that you have to type in. That's super helpful in stopping things. If somebody just calls you and asks for debit or credit card information, don't give it to them. If it sounds too good to be true, like you said, it is. Another big one that's really popular right now is spoofing, where the number will actually look like a number you recognize. A big one was the sheriff's office a few years ago. It was coming like a number that looked exactly like the sheriff's office's number, and then people were calling saying they needed credit card and all sorts of information related to cases, and the sheriff had to put out a notice saying like, nope, not me. So if somebody calls from a number you recognize, hang up. You call the number that you know is correct, and then you can do it and do whatever transactions.
Yeah, the spoofing can be confusing for sure. So switching gears, tell me a little bit about what Gulf Winds offers in terms of financial literacy for the community.
Yeah, so we have an online blog with tons of resources about really any topic you can think of for financial literacy. We offer workshops in conjunction with the University of West Florida's Lewis May Garden Center for Financial Literacy. So we have workshops with them. We work with a lot of classrooms and kids and do financial literacy elements as well. But really what's special about a credit union is that your employees and team members can have the time and facilities to really get involved with members and really spend time having meaningful conversations with them to really avoid fraud in these situations and catch things like that.
That's awesome. And just quickly before we go, tell me a little bit about Gulf Winds Cares, Gulf Winds philanthropic efforts in the community.
Well, you're seeing it today. Our Gulf Winds Cares Foundation, our major gifts that we give are Council on Aging, and as you'll see in a minute, Manna food pantries, and we try to support our Alabama, Tallahassee, and Pensacola regions and different nonprofits, because we believe that when our citizens are doing well, you can't have financial wellness if the community's not well. So we try to uplift the communities in as many ways as we can and meet those needs so that people can be financially well.
Absolutely, love it. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me. This is fun.
Stay tuned. We're talking about a local organization that fights hunger in our community next.
Over 2 decades ago, TLC Caregivers partnered with the Council on Aging of West Florida to assist seniors with non-medical help to stay independent in their own homes. Our commitment to providing these services started in 1989 and has grown to aid people from birth through geriatrics. From a short visit of 2 hours to 24 hours a day. We're a proud sponsor of the Council on Aging of West Florida. We're TLC Caregivers.
When cancer tries to take you away from the things that matter most, Baptist Cancer Institute offers caring physicians and the most innovative treatment options. With convenient locations and a wide array of support programs and services, we're here to help you during the most difficult of times. As a member of the Mayo Clinic Care Network, we're bringing even more innovative cancer care to our community right here at home. When you need cancer care, we'll be there.
Me and my boy Matt had it good. He had catnip that was off the hook. But one day, he brings a girl home, and she's allergic to cats. Every sneeze was a nail in my coffin. Now I'm in a shelter. It's decent, but they don't even have Wi-Fi.
this place that I call.
Everyone explaining to her that you
Manna is a local grassroots organization fighting hunger in Escambia and Santa Rosa counties. In 2002, the organization helped just over 69,000 people through a variety of programs and services. As we enter the holiday season, many people have food insecurity on their minds and feel moved to help. Today, we're speaking with Manna Executive Director DeDe Flounlacker about all that the organization does and how to get involved. Thank you for joining us today.
Oh, thank you so much for inviting me, and we love Council on Aging. We've had a chance to work with you guys a lot over the years, so
Absolutely.
Thank you for what you do.
Yes, anytime. I think most people are aware of Manna and what you all do in the community, but can you just tell me a little bit about your mission and your role with the organization?
Absolutely. So what we do is provide the healthiest food possible in the form of groceries to the hungry. And we do that through direct service at our pantry and also some programs that we run. We also, though, have 17 specialty programs that we do with 24 community partners, which is amazing. And that is very important for us because those community partners are out there doing boots on the ground work, doing case management or care management with clients. And so if we can provide food to help them lift that individual up, that's so important. I've been with Manna, I've been very fortunate. I've been there for about 11, 12 years. The organization just turned 40 this year, so pretty amazing.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
So how do you fulfill that mission? What are some of those programs and services?
Well, we're very fortunate that we work with, as I said, a lot of different folks, and we really work with partners who are out there in the community reaching folks that maybe we would not ordinarily be able to reach. For about 10 years now, we've been working with Westminster Village, and we have actually a Healthy Seniors Food Program at Westminster where we have about 140 low-income seniors that are receiving food every month, about 10 days worth of food every month. We have Volunteers of America that we work with. They have their transitional housing program here. These are veterans who are temporarily housed and they're helping them get on their feet. We provide food to them also every month. We do American Heart Association as one of our partners, along with 4 healthcare providers in the community. And we have a Food as Medicine program where we're providing fresh produce as well as food bags to individuals in need. Food insecurity is something that we don't think about, as you said, until maybe around the holidays. But it's important to know and understand that there are hungry people, unfortunately, in Escambia and Santa Rosa counties every day. And they age from 1 month old to 99 years old. And so, giving food, helping out is so important year round as well.
Absolutely. How prevalent is the issue of food insecurity in Northwest Florida?
It's one of those things that really we often don't see, and so we don't know or recognize it. Unfortunately, there are a lot of our children that are in schools, and again, both the Escambia and Santa Rosa counties, who once they go home for the weekend, they may not have decent food to eat over the weekend until they get back home or get back to school on Monday morning. Food insecurity is pretty high, especially in Escambia County. It's better in Santa Rosa. However, in Santa Rosa, it's higher in the Milton area, even Jay, so in the rural areas. And it's really something, as I said, that's hard to fight because we don't think that is happening here in our community. It is.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about the work you do with other organizations in the community that meet the needs of different populations. You spoke a little bit about it with the programs, but
sure.
Please expand.
Absolutely. So we do work with Gulf Coast Kids House and Santa Rosa Kids House so that they have healthy food bags on site. That way, when advocates need help with a family who does not have enough food, then they have those food bags to give away. We're working with, as I said, American Heart and Backpack Project USA, which is actually a local program to provide food to about 500 kids on the weekends. And it's healthy food. It's not junk food. It's little cans of vegetables and fruit and milk and cereal. And then we also work with the Escambia County Sheriff's Office and the Pensacola Police Department Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office, Gulf Breeze Police Department on a program called the School Resource Officer Program, where we're providing grab-and-go items for school resource officers across the schools in both counties. And really that food is intended to help the law enforcement officers start a conversation with that child about what's going on in their life.
Sure. I know you recently completed your Pensacan event. Tell me, what were the results of that event?
Yeah, wow, what a great event and what a fun event.
Oh, yeah.
So if you don't know, Pensacan is where we have architects and different firms across the mainly Escambia County area who are building things out of food. And they build it out of cans and dry goods, and they always target the items that we need most. And so this year we had several teams that competed. Believe it or not, their builds equated to over 19,000 meals, which is incredible. And if you haven't had a chance to see them, please visit our website at mannahelps.org. They're pretty creative. It's pretty amazing the things they come up with. So
definitely. Do you have any events that are coming up that people should be aware of?
We do. So we have Field of Mayflower, which is our big food drive that happens in November. That this year is going to be a one-day event. We're taking it to Friday, November 17th. Okay. So we'll be at the mall between Red Lobster and Chili's, as we usually are, 5 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. So we've got that coming up. And then the other thing is just, again, reminding everyone, we don't have to have a special event for you to donate. So you can always stop by at 3030 Northeast Street, that's where our warehouse is, and you can donate. And it's really amazing. People don't think about, gosh, can a can of food really make a difference? It really does make a difference.
So quickly, how can people get involved? What's the best way?
Absolutely. So you can donate food. Right now, our most needed items are canned fruit in its own juice, canned mixed vegetables, and we always need oatmeal. You can visit our website at mannahelps.org to learn more about donating, whether it's food or also financially, also of your time. So we always need volunteers.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for giving us this information for all you do in the community.
Thank you, Emily.
And thank you for watching. Until next time, enjoy life. You've earned it.